Hi guys, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'd like to review for you a movie I just watched called Phoenix Forgotten. So this story, or the trailer to this movie, to me it seemed a lot like the Blair Witch Project, and it just kind of had aliens instead of a witch. And that is actually kind of how it turned out, although somehow this movie seemed to have less going on than the Blair Witch Project. This is about a story about the Phoenix Lights that are seen in 1997. This movie also has a runtime of 87 minutes, so it's a really short movie, easy to just watch real quick. Although it kind of feels a little longer. So the premise of this movie, and it says based on true events. Who knows? I didn't look it up, but this kid, he's at his little sister's birthday party. They see the Phoenix Lights. Him and his friends become kind of obsessed with it, and they decide to go looking for something, and they're going to document the whole thing because, of course, like in all these other found footage movies, the main character always has a camera, which you never really ever see that in real life, like just somebody always with a camera, but it works for the story. So they're going to document this whole thing. They go missing. Now, fast forward maybe 20 years later or so, close to 20, maybe it was 20 years later. It's 2017 now, so maybe it's 20 years later. His younger sister has come back, and she is making a documentary on looking for her brother or finding clues or just trying to figure out what happened to her brother and his friends. So they have like all his tapes and everything, and so you're kind of getting the story through his tapes, you know. So it's all really cheap found footage, easy to make kind of stuff. And so a lot of the movie is focusing on her looking for her brother, but you're mostly just watching his tape as she's watching him, like trying to remember everything that happened, I guess. So then eventually, after a while, you know, and it's pretty boring and nothing's going on, you do get to, there's like missing tapes, and you do find those, just like the Blair Witch, you know, missing tape, somebody happens to find it. That's when the movie starts some stuff actually happening. It's even still a little while after that before you actually get into the action of the movie. And once it happens, you know, it gets a lot more exciting and it's a lot more fun. Unfortunately, just like all these other found footage movies, when anything does happen, you know, the camera starts cutting in and out, it's bouncing all over the place. You really can't even tell what's going on. So when finally something happens, it's just like, okay, what happened? I mean, it's good enough that you can tell what's going on, but it's still just, you don't really see anything in good detail. To me, I just found this to be a really average movie and a really average found footage movie. It doesn't really do anything to go above and beyond, and in many ways kind of just feels a lot like the Blair Witch Project. People walking around, you know, doesn't their compass go bad on the Blair Witch Project? Their compass stops working on here. You know, there's so many similarities. I'm not even gonna go through them all, but it just felt like a lot like it. So if you guys like that one, you might like this one. To me, like I said, I felt like it was too boring. Nothing going on for the whole setup of the movie. And then once you finally get into anything, it ends so quickly, and then the movie just abruptly ends, like so many of these do. So it wasn't one I loved. I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10. You know, it was just super average. It's definitely worth a watch if you guys are into those kind of movies. If you guys did enjoy this review, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed for more videos, check out the suggested videos, and I'll see you guys next time.